Hey folks, Quilly here, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play of Sid Meier's Civilization 5, A Brave New World. And this time around, we are playing as the Aztec Empire. We are playing as the great, the divine, the very handsome Montezuma. So let's go and give this a start. So, the difficulty settings that we're playing on, we are currently going to be playing, we're going to be playing on a Pangea map, standard size, standard speed, and we are back on Emperor difficulty. The thing is, I've noticed I crush King pretty well, and that's despite making a lot of mistakes. There are certain elements of the core play that are there that are in great shape, and King is definitely no challenge anymore, but I keep getting my head sort of bopped on Emperor, and I really have to just relax and study a little bit more and pay more attention and read things is definitely a thing, which is hard to do when you're trying to do a recording. We'll see how it goes. The other thing you'll notice is this is the first recording of Civilization where I do have the sound completely off, and unfortunately the new reality of YouTube requires that, or not the sound, but the music. The music has to be completely off. So I do apologize for that, but hopefully it'll be entertaining enough. So this start is interesting because we actually don't have any close by hills, which normally I quite like to especially settle on a hill, especially these days. But a stone and a marble is certainly very interesting. Now, the stone is nice because it's a 3 productive tile right from the beginning. So is the citrus, 3 food. Again, we can ignore the sort of gold aspect of it. The marble, not so much, but it can be improved relatively quickly. But 2 hills in the distance. We're not going to be short on food, but the production value of this place is definitely going to be pretty rough. Early on, we're certainly going to chop down a lot of trees and get that going. I see no reason not to settle in place right now, since there's no easy-to-grab hill, for example. I could move to work the citrus right away, but I think working the stone right away makes the most amount of sense. Since I am going to try to play this a little bit more dedicated, I'm going to try to mess around with the city management a little more. Usually I just leave things to be more or less automated, and part of it is because I make the assumption that the city management is relatively smart because I'm spoiled from playing Civ 4, especially with the better AI mod, which dramatically improves the automatic worker placement, but here, not so much. For example, the game decides here that the marble is the best thing to work because it counts all productions equal, or to some extent, which is definitely not true. I really do discount the coins quite a bit. Now, I could just lock it on production focus, which does puts it in the right place, and I probably will actually just leave it on production focus most of the time, but I'm also going to manually lock in the higher value tiles whenever I can, if, I can be bothered. The thing is, a lot of times in these games, I do like to mostly just sit back and rule from a distance. I'm going to start with a scout into monument as usual. And I've been toying a lot with going like Scout, Scout, Monument, or Scout, Monument, Scout lately, but I think we are going to go Scout, Monument, Jaguar, which is very cool. The Jaguar is almost like another Scout because his ability to move through the forest quite quickly makes him pretty strong. I still want an actual Scout first, especially since it goes out a little bit faster, it just, in general, it's going to be a little bit easier to get around the map for the initial Scout. Then after that, we're going to go Jaguars, because as our special ability, as Montezuma, we can sacrifice our victims to the god. Basically, every time we kill a unit, we get culture, and I want to be able to take advantage of that. I should go for the hill first, probably, as much as possible, to the point where my first policy, I'm actually going to grab the level 1 of honor, and between my unique ability and honor, we are going to farm the crap out of barbarians to try to get as much culture as possible. At least that's the idea. I don't think I'm going to go any further into honor, even though I am going to be playing relatively militaristic. Ideally, I'm going to go for some sort of domination type of victory. We'll see how it goes, though. We're gonna adapt this time around. But I'm thinking I'm gonna start level 1 honor and then go into liberty, because I'm hoping that we can get a nice big sprawling empire this time around. And technology wise, I think the right thing to do is going to be to start with pottery so we can get a shrine going as quickly as possible. I've really come to value religion quite a bit more. Also really discovering the power of tithe, which is just a beautiful, wonderful thing. So again, we are playing on a standard Pangea map. I really like playing on Pangea Plus, but maybe we'll sort of do a loop around this way, and then we can send the scout. Maybe the scout can go straight south and then continue going kind of clockwise, and then at that point we can have our warrior guy come back. Well, the Jaguar. The Jaguar is interesting early on. Very good, but I don't know how much actual use they're going to have in real conflict, but it is going to get some early scouts going on. Look at that, we get a Barbarian camp right away. I don't think I'm going to engage my 1 Jaguar. I think I would rather find some goody huts first. So let's do that, and we'll come back, and by then we'll let them spawn a few more units so we've got some more stuff to kill. It's always going to be a tough question as to whether I clear a camp or not, and what are my abilities? Oh, right, the unique building is also very cool. It's nice that we've got a lake here. The unique building is a replacement for what? The watermill, if I recall correctly. Aztec. Ah, the Aztec. A unique building, floating gardens, replacement for the watermill, and it works very similar to the watermill. If we pop into here, so the watermill gives you +2 food, and if we pop back over to the floating garden, we also get +2 food, but we also get +1 production, and +15% food. It is so very, very, very strong. Also, the watermill has to be built next to a river. This works next to a river or a lake. Oh, yeah, so it's +2 food, +1 production, +15% food, and each lake tile produces +2 food on top of that, which means that the floating gardens by itself can add up to, well, at least +4 food, +15%, +1 hammer. It's stupendous. So there's a lake here we definitely want to settle. Is there a lake here as well? It looks like there is. So maybe a city right here. Well, it doesn't have to be. As long as it's adjacent to one city tile. We could go here. We could go there. We'll do some sort of fake dot mapping soon enough. I guess I'll go for the hill for maximum vision. There we go. The first runes. Excellent stuff. Let me just pull up my time clock on the other side so we can make sure our turns don't go too long. So yeah, I think I'm going to explore southish with this guy and see what that might lead us. And definitely go into the monument. Get them culture pops. Okay, roll the dice, roll the dice, roll the dice. Advanced weapons. So you still have the jaguar power. You're still a woodsman. Oh, and the healing, right. Let's bring up the jaguar, because it's actually a pretty handy unit. It really combos well with the sort of barbarian hunting, right? Because they get the woodsman, which is nice. And so they can move fast through the jungle. They get bonuses in forest and jungle, and they heal if they kill a unit. So they're really good at just farming units and going for as many kills as possible, when combined with their unique ability and all that. I've actually never played a game as the Aztecs before, but I think it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. Pop up onto the hill, so we've got the coast here. And because we're not playing on a Pangea Plus map, the coast is not really terribly important, although it is nice to build a couple of ships to help bombard. Pangea Plus is nice. Just like Continents Plus, most of these city-states are moved off of the main land masses and exist on their own islands. So playing as Pangea Plus allows you to play on Pangea and avoid some of the weird AI issues that can sometimes creep up if the AI is isolated. But still makes naval stuff important, because you have to build ships to be able to discover your city-states. But that's not going to apply this game. Yeah, we're gonna go west from here. We'll pop there. And speaking of city-states, I guess actually I'll go here. Ormus, maritime gold. All right, very nice. And we get some bonus cash from that too. Clearly going to pop that. 20 culture. That gives us enough for our first cultural policy. Thank you very much. And we will pick up honor. Bonus to combat versus barbarian, and culture from killing barbarian. So I think from killing brutes, this will give us 8 culture, and we also get 8 culture from our unique ability. The amount of culture you get, I believe, goes up as you fight tougher and tougher things. So we're going to unlock that. Also gives you the ability to build a statue Zeus. I don't know how much wondering we're going to do early on. We'll have to reevaluate that pretty soon. Play a handful more turns here just to expose enough the map so that I can start to think about what to do in terms of settlements. Let me pop down here. Ooh, we got cotton nearby too. Now it's out of range. Lots of mountains. There's going to be a lot of places set up for observatories. We might actually end up doing Monty the Science Victory in this particular game because, well, them mountains. Them mountains. You know, we'll go here and then we can pop through the hills or something. And here, and then east. I could have gone right up the hill, but that would have ended my movement, so may as well expose a little bit more if we can. Did we? Oh, yeah, we did find 2 goody huts. There we go. I was going to say, like, are we in bad shape? Oh, I got my second population. What are you working? Right, because you're production focused, which is, I would like more growth. It'd be nice if, when's that going to pop? 5 turns. And 21 turns to growth. You know what? I'm actually happy with the continued production thing. It's going to be okay. Once we pop this one, we can catch up a little bit on our food at a better rate. Now, this scout, I feel, just went through here, and there's coast, so there's probably actually not much in the goody hut category left over there, so we're going to swing by a little bit more towards the north again. Aha! More goodies. Goody, goody, goody. Tech tree, right, so... All right, I do like to get animal husbandry relatively quickly these days because you can reveal horses, which gives you an extra productive tile, which is really nice. Also, the fact that you build caravans, get your first trade route. And I guess we can actually trade with Ormus really, really, really early, which is going to be nice. I think that's probably going to be the priority there. Also, this becomes a pretty good target for potentially stealing a worker as well. We'll see if we can do that. I do have to go mining relatively quickly because I obviously want to get masonry, but we're a little bit far away from getting our first worker anyway. And we are going down Liberty, so we probably won't be building a worker. So it's going to have to wait until we get to the, whatever it's called, to unlock our free worker there. Oh, citizenship, right? So we're going to go into Liberty. We'll probably go down to collective rule and then get citizenship. And actually, there's a good chance we're going to build the pyramids, actually, because we do have marble. So we do get the increased speed for building wonders. And I think the pyramids would be an excellent, excellent option for us. So we will want masonry, but I don't think we have to rush to it. I think we can afford to get animal husbandry first. Maybe we'll get some horses, and then pick up a masonry at that point. It does delay writing, which, you know, getting that library as quickly as possible is very nice, but I think getting that stuff hooked up is going to have a lot of value at that juncture. Actually, I suppose what I can do is I can queue up. By the way, if you hold shift, you can queue up the technologies like that. Someone always asks. Also, to get the symbols on the map, down here in this little scroll icon, you can, oh, I should turn off yield icons, my bad. The resource icons pop up like that, very handy. I also like having the hex grids online. I find it really handy, especially when you're walking over flat terrain. It can be hard to read exactly where the hexes are supposed to be and calculate distance. All right. Boom. 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 We discovered a camp, which is, you know, it's semi-nice because barbarians are something that we're kind of vaguely concerned with, not terribly so. Okay, I'm gonna finish the loop here. Oh, there we go. We'll meet another city-state, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send my guy. Well, I don't really need defenses back home. I don't have a worker yet. Maybe getting a little over-anxious. I can probably dodge the barbarian camp. Let's go this way, and yeah, let's go ahead hill. Got the mute button just in time to beat the sneeze. I don't know what it is with these Civ videos. They make me sneeze more than any other game I play. Very bizarre. Okay, monument done. Okay, normally I think I might build another scout. But we'll go and get a Jaguar out here at this point, and then we can start beating down some Barbarian camps for points, and then we're going to follow that up with a Shrine. And yeah, actually, we do have to, I do want to bring my people back here so that we can start clearing these out, because just one Jaguar, well, a Jaguar's going to have an advantage here being in the jungle. That's true. He might actually be okay. The problem is once they pop archers, then it becomes really a huge pain in the ass to clear these bad boys out. We should meet our neighbor, though. Sidone. Militaristic and friendly, which is interesting. And they have wine, which we don't have access to ourselves at this point, so there's some value to things there. Yeah, I think I might bring this guy down the coast and then bring him up to that barbarian encampment. And actually, that's a really good place for a city. So keep getting it clear at some point is definitely going to have value. Okay, I'm going to dodge this barbarian camp though because oh, Shaka. Now that's very interesting. Because, I mean, he can be a threat, obviously, although we've got a fairly good distance. It's going to depend on whether he colonizes to the east, or if I go west, actually, which I'm not going to go right away. In fact, I'm much more likely to grab a city here and then over here with the citrus. So I'm not planning on expanding towards him. He might. What's interesting is that I believe as a warmonger, if I play warmonger, he won't hate me quite as much as some of the others might. So we might actually be friends, and I might be able to bribe him to attack other people, for example. Yeah, I don't want to leave this area fogged up forever and ever and ever. We're going to go ahead and scout that out, even though I don't expect to find a goodie camp in here. It'll be nice to clear up. Also, anywhere we do have explored, because we've got the honor policy, we will get notified if a barbarian encampment pops up, which has a lot of value. Yes. Let's do that. I mean, there's a chance that a barbarian encampment could pop up here later, so it's good to know about it. Let's go up on the hill. Maria Teresa. Oh, let's just get it over with. I have a luncheon at 4. That's great. So there, we've got the Austrian scout. Good day, mate. I wonder if that's going to get more or less comments than my Brussels jokes. I think I would like to go kind of backfill this area at this point, because we want to know where things are that are in range of our cities for barbarian encampments to go and stomp on them, for example. Let's go on the hill. Oh, son of a... I could declare war and block her ability to get that. because then she would have the zone of control effect. Son of a bitch. I don't think I possibly could declare war this early. I don't know if that's worth doing or not. Huh. I think I'm just going to have to accept that I've lost it. Oh, yes, I should be doing this more often. Absolutely. I don't have writing, so I can't sell it, so it's going to have to depend on other people having writing so that they can, so that we can do the open borders thing. Or not open borders, embassy. You don't have it. Korea. You don't have it either. We'll have to come back, do some money trading for sure. Let's go this way. Copper. Oh, she's over there, so that's not going to be terribly fruitful. And that's got to be a dead end. Okay, good. 3 turns there. Yeah, we'll definitely go and clear out this camp and see what's like. Oh, there you go. You just got writing. Yes, I would love to sell you my embassy. Get a little bit more money per turn. Animal husbandry is kicked in. Do we have horses? No. There's horses over here. Wow. Is this... My God, this is going to be a good site. Holy cow. Now, no lake... Although it's fine, because we still have a river access, which means we still get the plus 15%. Which, yeah, that's groovy. Oh, that's where she actually is. All right. So, yeah, let's send you way up here. In fact, we'll send you around this way so we theoretically get a little bit of scouting. Some token scouting going on there. Do. Let's do that. Vienna. So you have horses and nothing else visible right now. Interesting. Lots of copper on this side. So should probably get 2 and we'll be able to trade 1 for her. Already got a Pantheon. Stone circles. Oh, see, stone circles. God damn, that would have been nice to have. That would have been really beautiful to have. But, I mean, short of popping the right goody hut, I don't think there was any way for us to get a stone circle. Like, or you know, get the first Pantheon here. We're starting our shrine now. Hopefully we can still get something halfway decent. I don't remember what they all are, actually, so we're going to have to see what we do there. Adopt policy. So, I don't need to... I mean, okay, plus 15% production when training melee units is really good. And for Great General is pretty good, although it's a little early for Great General. And the adjacency thing is good. These are all really nice, but I really do want to get Liberty going on. So we're going to do that. Unlocks the pyramids. Pyramids are going to be fantastic, actually. And, you know, I'll take the +1 culture for now as well. That's going to be good. But the free settler, the free worker is definitely where we want to get that going. So I've got one guy going over there. So we'll get this guy. Oh, we won't be able to bunch up there. So I'll have to maybe sit on the hill. We'll have him go to the bananas for now. Get some potassium in him, and then we'll see what happens. We got a new barbarian encampment over there. And right, the stone circle. So just a few more turns in here. We'll get a little bit more of our territory established. Yeah, I don't actually want to engage with the scout. Although the scout can actually do a pretty good job if he's in a defensive location. He can sort of tank things out and then actually get some pretty decent kills. But I don't want to waste too many of his actions. Where's another barbarian encampment? Aha! Close to home. Which is fine. Which is totally fine. Kabul. Cultured. Neutrals got dies. Alright. Oh, shoot. That probably happened 100,000 years ago. There we go. Let's lock you into place there. Because we want to work that tile for sure. I mean, you know, we got the extra hammers, so we've got the shrine a little bit faster, but yeah, the growth will be important. That's the only thing with locking down this stuff that I got to babysit a little bit more. It's not like he was working a wasted tile, just it could have potentially been stronger. Oh, that's Kabul right there. All right, good to know. Let's pop on over. We don't care about the coast stuff that much. There's really not much to talk about. Oh. Shoot! Well, I don't want anyone else... I guess we're not farming this camp. Oh, that's okay. I was talking about probably colonizing over here. Although, maybe colonizing here first would be better. But I don't want anyone else to get the kill and the camp. So, let's go ahead and grab that. Are you serious? Oh, well, GG, guys. The only question now is, how could I possibly F up this game, or how will I F up this game? We've got Lake Victoria over here on a civ that does really, really well on lakes. So this is going to be an 8-food tile. 8-food tile, 4-food tile with the floating gardens, plus 50% food. Holy sickness. And we probably want to settle right here to get the bonus right away. Or, actually, we could settle one up here to be next to the mountain so we can build an observatory. That's true. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough decision. Let's advance probably another couple of turns. I want to clear this guy up and maybe get a little bit of vision. I won't actually need this spearman here to kill. Oh, maybe I will. To help kill things. Not quite kill. I really want the kill, although there's no one else around anymore because I think the scout went away. Yeah, I was going to try to reveal a little bit more, but it looks like it's just going to be a ton of mountain. So let's come over here. Okay, it looks like no one else is in kill position. We can probably afford to just bop this guy. And that's probably okay. Let's go up on the hill, move in over here. More city-states, and... Oh, is that Korea? I think that might be Korea. Next turn. Okay, we're going to check to see what that is, and then we'll probably call this part a wrap. We got our mining done. We can promote a unit over here, which is great. You're clearly going to get drilled because you're going to be all about rough terrain stuff, so that's all right. Let's get you. Like that. So it's plus 16 culture from that. And we do have to babysit our culture thing because this could give us enough to get the next culture policy, but won't give us the pop-up right away. So it's important to get that taken care of. Okay, let's pop up on this hill. Oh! Attila of the Huns. Okay, so warmongers. Interesting. Actually, it's going to be really nice that we've got the mountains here, because it's going to give us good protections against Attila. On the other hand, it means it might be a little bit more difficult to attack him. Not really, because his land's not too bad to get in there. Yeah, actually, we should be in a really good defense position, but a really hard position for them to attack. They just simply won't be able to wrap around the city very much. Very few tiles from them to attack from. And there's lots of hills and a river here, so we can actually position some defensive units right there if need be. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think I'm going to put in cut in this video. See you guys next time.